if they didn't create pull request, they will not be able to merge. Either you can merge it with a merge commit, or else you can merge without merge commits, or else you can merge all the commits as one. Hello my dear friends, welcome back to Kiwi Bro, your favorite YouTube channel. So last week we started talking about GitHub repositories and we discussed in detail about the repositories. So I hope you got the chance to create your own repository and try out some Git commands and try to push your changes to your repository and see how it got updated. So today also we are going to see another feature related to the GitHub repositories, the GitHub Pull Requests, which is shortly known as, or commonly known as, PRs. So what these pull requests are. So I hope you can remember the branching mechanism, and last week also we saw how you can create branches and push your changes and update your branches. Then we need to merge our branch to the main or the master. So here, if you directly go and merge your branch to the main branch, because like in Git, there are no other mechanism or restrictions, you can use Git commands and directly you can merge your branch. But there could be some other issues here, such as like in your feature branch, so the work might not be completed, or else there could be some errors, compilation errors maybe, and sometimes it's not being reviewed. So in that case, there are some other static errors or some other errors which could have been captured earlier. But if you didn't do these checks, and if you go and directly merge this to the master branch, now it will be a bit hard, because in the master branch there are so many changes which are coming from other branches as well. So like if you use this in production, or else there can be some errors which came from the feature branch, but those are not captured earlier. Now this is in master and now it will fail. This will cost you a lot. But on the other hand, like if you had the chance to review this at the feature branch level, and if there are some static checks, and if you catch that there, then it will be very easy, because you catch those things earlier and you had the time to fix it and then later merge it to your main branch or the master branch. So since those features are not available within Git, GitHub will give you the feasibility to use those features. So those are known as the branch protection rules, which we had under settings, if you can remember, and you can use the pull requests as well. So first, let's go and check about the branch protection rules, and then I will walk you through the pull requests. So here under settings, under the code and the automation section, you can see there is a tab called branches. And if you come here, you will see branch protection rules. And here you will see two options, add branch rule set versus the add classic branch protection rule. So this is the old option which we had earlier, and this is the new set, the new option to add the branch protection rules. However, you can use one of those things currently, but I think maybe in future they will remove the old option. So first let's go and see the old option, the add classic branch protection rule here. So if you click on the classic protection rule, so this is the landing page here, you will see first there is a message, protect your most important branches. Branch protection rules define whether collaborators can delete, force push to branch, and set requirements for any pushes to the branches. Likewise, you can add some rules here. So what these protection rules are? Okay, so our main branch or the master branch is our the most important one, isn't it? Because it is one which will get deployed into production, or which will be used. And our other branches are like our experimental branches, or our working branches, where we will do our day-to-day work. So in that case, we need to make sure that even by a mistake, we don't push any changes, or we don't update directly our main branch, because that is very important to keep like isolated this main branch from the other branches. Because when you work with multiple branches, there is a high chance by mistake, maybe you forgot to change your branch and you directly updated on the master branch and you commit and push those changes. So you will directly update the main branch. So in that case, there is a high chance where you will corrupt the code or the files in the master branch. If that happens, it's very costly to revert the changes. But if you do the same in one of your feature branches, so then it's a quick change. You can easily revert those things. So that's why you need to protect your main branch, the master branch. So here you can give the branch name pattern. You can give pattern here or else directly a name. So in my case, I want to protect my main branch. So I will give the name of the branch, main. Then, so you know how to see your branches, right? So here if you come, you can see what is your default branch name. Default, it's main. So from settings, you can update that as well. I show you those things. Okay, so that particular default branch name I will use here. So this is you can do for the other branches as well. That's why if you use a kind of a pattern, if any branch name matches that pattern, then all these rules will be applied for all those branches. So I added as main. Now you can see here there are some the optional features there. So you can tick those checkboxes to activate those particular features for your branch. So currently all are by default unselected. The first one is require a pull request before merging. So now even without a pull request you can merge any of your branches. But if you think like without a pull request, if you think you don't need to allow people to merge, then you can tick this thing. So in this case, if you tick this one, now every time when a user try to merge a branch, they will be forced to create a pull request. If they didn't create pull request, they will not be able to merge the branch. Then under that, there is option for the approvals. That also you can separately enable or disable. So now we have enabled a pull request for merging, and then you can enable to have approval as well. So from here you can select like how many approvals you need, 1 or 2, likewise the number of approvals. So this number of approval means I will show in the pull request you can assign approval people. So you need to assign this number of approval people to get this pull request to be eligible to be merged. So that is the next option, the require approval. Then dismiss stale pull request approvals when new commits are pushed. So this means like new reviewable commits pushed to a matching branch will dismiss pull request review approvals. So let's say I create the branch and I made some changes. I pushed those changes and I asked for someone to review. Okay, they gave the review as well. But after reviewing, I pushed some other changes to my branch. So these changes have not been reviewed, isn't it? Because I pushed these changes after the person reviewed these things. So in that case, if I didn't take this one, the previous approval will be stayed. But now the new changes have not been reviewed. But if you take this one, if I push new changes after an approval, the previous approval will be removed. So the new changes will also now need to be reviewed and then again need to be approved. So that is this particular option. Then require review from code owners. So the code owners mean in GitHub for the repositories you can create another file with some default users known as the code owners. I will show that later. So if you have code owners assigned for this particular repository, and if you create a pull request from this repository, then by default it will send a request asking for approval for these code owners. For example, let's say I have 3 default users set as code owners, and I go and create a pull request. I don't need to request review. This by default send a request for these code owners and it will assign them as reviewers. Other than that, if you need, you can assign some other people as well for the approvals. Let's say, okay, I have set it as 1 here and one of the persons who I requested review approved. So now I got 1 approval, but it will not allow you to merge because that particular, the approver is not a code owner. So this code owners like have some additional permission level. Let's say additional one layer ahead. So even though I got 1 approval from another person, it won't be sufficient. You need to get the approval from the code owners as well. So that's why the code owners are there. Then require approval of the most recent reviewable push. Whether the most recent reviewable push must be approved by someone other than the person who pushed it. So if you push a change, you will not be able to review. You need to ask for someone else. Then require status checks to pass before merging. So these status checks are like you can create using GitHub Actions, so you can integrate other third-party options like static code analysis tool, so some other checks you can integrate this with. So if you check this one, if you want to merge, you need to have the approval and also this status checks to be passed as well. So yeah, if you go to the doc on the status checks, here you can see a list of like how you can integrate those things. You can get the more detail here. Commit statuses, likewise you can create these REST API endpoints, and also you can integrate with some other like Sona, it's a static code analysis tool. Likewise you can integrate those things, and also require branches to be up to date before merging. And then the other option is to require conversation resolutions before merging. So these reviewers will add review commits. So it will be like a conversation. So I will show that once we are inside the pull request. So, and then if those conversations, it's kind of a chat thread will be there. So the reviewer will start with the message. Then you need to put a message and resolve that conversation. So here, if you take this one, if one of those the chat threads are unresolved, then again you will not be able to merge the pull request. You need to resolve all those the conversations. Then you need to have signed commits, and you need to have a linear history. It means like prevent merging commits from being pushed to the matching branches. Then require deployment to succeed before merging. So yeah, you can using GitHub Actions or other CI/CD integrations, you can have those. And then also, if you want to mark this as a read-only branch, you saw how you can mark a read-only for the repo. Now here, this is to a read-only branch. So in that case, you will not be able to push anything to this branch. And then now, like we have created some set of rules, the last option is to allow or not allow bypassing these. So above settings will apply to administrators and custom roles with the bypass protection permission. So there is a rule, a permission called bypass branch protection. So you can assign this permission to your users, admins. So those users can merge this branch by bypassing this, even though we didn't have approvals or even though we have unresolved conversations, but still by admins or the other people who have this particular permission still can bypass this and merge. So if you want to restrict them as well, you can tick here. It will not allow anyone, even though they had this particular permission, they will also not be able to bypass and merge it. So yeah, so likewise you can set these rules for your particular branch. And then here there is another section called rules apply to everyone including admins. So these things will be applied to admins as well, so they won't be able to bypass too. So allow force pushers. Permit force pushers for all users with push access, and allow deletions. Allow users with push access to delete matching branches. So you can enable force pushers and deletions as well from here. And I will not allow those, and I will create this particular rule set and I will create it. And it will ask for my password. Okay. I'll confirm it. Okay, now you can see under the branch protection rules, a new protection rule added for the main branch. Currently applies to one branch. So here, if you need, you can edit or delete from here. So here, if you go again to add rule option, and again you can create another rule set for another branch name pattern. Likewise, you can work. Okay. Now let's go back. And here I have already created like a couple of branches and I made a couple of changes. I just add one file or two files and with some changes there. So like now all these branches are like ahead of the master branch. Okay, here if you go to the feature one branch, okay, you will see it's 2 commits ahead. And if you come here, you will see I have added one file and some content in there. I did this bit early to save some time. Okay, and now like if you want to merge this branch, even if you try this on terminal to try and to merge, you will not be allowed, because now we have set the branch protection rule. Now the option is like here by default it will show like these branches, and it will say ask you to create a pull request. So that is one place where you can create the pull request. But sometimes you will not see this particular the banner here. In such a case, you can go to the pull requests tab, and here under the new pull request you will see the two branches. So this is the base branch. That means like to which branch you need to merge. So it is the main branch, and from which branch you need to merge. That is the compare branch. So this is like the parent branch and the child branch. So I will give the feature one branch. Now it will show you like the main branch is behind and the feature one branch is ahead of these changes. So this is the difference. Now you can create a pull request from here. So now you can see the option to create the pull request. And let's say if you select both feature one, so it's obvious, right? There is no changes because we select the same branch. Okay, I will revert it. Okay, main branch versus the feature one. Now it says like it's able to merge. Or else let's say here I put feature one and here I put main branch again, because like main branch is behind, right? Here feature one and here main, and I create the pull request. Now this is the create pull request window. You can see you need to add a title and a description similar to like the commits. Here also the title is very important, similar to the commit messages. You need to have a proper title, because similar to the commit messages, title, the PR title is the one thing which some other person will see first. So in that case, title should be very meaningful. And also I will show like when this is merged, you will see that as it. So that's why title should be very meaningful. It should have a purpose. It's like it should allow any person to read the title and get the basic idea behind why this pull request, or what this branch, or what are the changes within this pull request. So you need to think twice before adding a title here. You can set a rule set to the title as well, you kind of a pattern, and then you can have a status check for that, and from the branch rule set you can have the status check for that, the title. If it is passed, only you will be able to merge. Otherwise, you need to rename. Okay, so I will add the title. Let's say I had only one file here for the feature one. Let's say I will just add as like feature one changes. So just for the time being, and you can give a description as well. It is optional, and you can create the pull request. While you create the pull request, also you can add the reviewers, assignees, or else you can after creating the pull request also you can do those things. And there is another option here, like the UX here is like not very user friendly, because you will see there is kind of a arrow here. If you click on this arrow, you will see multiple other options, but it's not like eye catching directly. What you will see directly is like create pull request option only. So everywhere, like almost all the places, the GitHub is allowing this UX pattern, the create pull request, or the particular default option. And if you want to change, it will be on the right hand side when you click on this arrow. So my advice is like, if you do something, so in that case carefully see like whether it has this particular arrow on the right side of your button. That means it has some other multiple options as well. So if you click here, you will see another option called now create draft pull request. So create pull request is the default option, then the create draft pull request. But let's say if I create on the create draft pull request now, so for the second PR, your default option will be this one, because it will always show like the default option will be the option which you used last. Okay, so I will use this. Now you can see here the button changed to draft pull request. So what is the difference between a draft pull request versus a pull request? A draft pull request means a work in progress pull request. So once you create your branch, you can go and create a pull request here. But still it is not ready for review or not ready for merge. So in that case, you can create it as a draft pull request. So everyone else in your team come to pull request tab. Okay, they will see this as a draft pull request. So they also know that this is not yet ready. This is still a work in progress pull request, not ready for review. So no one will touch this or no one will review this. Once your work is done and it is now ready for review, you can convert this into a pull request with it. So I will first create this as a draft pull request. Okay, now you can see here it shows as draft. Here also, if you come to pull request tab back, here you see the message as draft. Now everybody knows it. It is a draft pull request. And assign is I can assign it to myself. Okay, it assigned. For the reviewers, I will add the other personal account. So if you can remember last week, from settings I gave permission to this user as well. So I will assign that particular user as a reviewer. Okay, now you can see the particular user was added as a reviewer, and also you can create labels. This is for mainly like for filtering purposes and documentation purposes. Whether it is a bug, a documentation, duplicate, enhancement, whether it is good first use. Like this is for like newcomers, new joiners. If they want to start work, maybe whether if this is a good one, maybe to collaborate or review, then you can add good first issue. Then if you need some help, you can mark it as help wanted. And if it is not anymore in use, invalid. If you have like further information requested or have clarification, you can mark it as correction or word fix. Likewise, you can add, I will add as a documentation and good first issue. Those two I will add. Okay. Now you can see those two labels are added. And you can add the project as well. I will show these things later. The milestones if you have created. The project and milestone, if you have created projects and milestone project, you can create from this particular tab. I will show that in a separate video. If those things are there, you can add those things as well. And yeah, and you can subscribe, unsubscribe, and you can log conversations as well. So those are the options. So now let's go and see from this particular reviewer how this particular PR will be visible to him. So I logged in from an incognito window from my that Vimukti 101 account. Okay, I will refresh. And under pull request, you can see now I also can see that. Now you can see the two labels which I added, documentation and good first issue. So here you can see the filtering options. And if I come inside here, it says draft. But since I was added, requested, I can see the option to add my review. So this is how it will be visible. Okay, but you can see still the merge option is disabled. And now let's say I think now all my work is done here and now it is ready for review. You can mark here as ready for review. That means I'm converting this from draft pull request to a normal pull request, work completed pull request. Okay. So now you can see here now it changed the color from the gray color to green color and from draft to open. Here also you will see now it is changed to review required. Previously it was draft. Okay. But still the merge pull request option is disabled since the QA bro is actually the admin as well. He says the merge without waiting for requirements to be met. Bypass branch protection. So if you can remember about the bypassing the permission, so admin has the permission. So yeah, if you tick here, you will see the merge option unless the other users will not see this one because the review required is still not passed and one pending reviewer requested review from this user and no unresolved conversations that is okay, green. This is red. In that case, merging is still blocked. Here, if I come to this user again, the reviewer user, from the reviewer also merging is blocked, and this particular user doesn't have that bypass permission. So in that case, this user will not see that checkbox to bypass. So this person will not be able to merge or bypass this one. Okay, so since this person is the reviewer, I will go and add a review. So here you can see add your review option. Okay, So now you can see there are multiple options like review in code space. That means it will create a code space, IDE and the environment, and there you can review this, or else you can review changes manually. And again, you can see the review changes, and as you know, the option is there for the other options. Okay, you can comment, approve, or request changes. So you can leave a comment and you can mark it as comment or submit, approve and submit, or request change and submit. And also here, like for these lines, so on this file, if you come here for this particular line, let's say if you need to add the comment, you can come here and then you can click on this plus icon, and now you can add a comment. So let's say I want to say you need to capitalize. So I will add a comment saying you need to capitalize the first letter. Capitalize the first letter. Okay, so this is my comment. So here also you can add it as a single comment, or you can start a review. And if you want, here it has multiple options, a rich text to format the comment, and I will start a review. Okay, now you can see it is pending and my comment is added. Now here also it shows as one comment is there, and you can either finish your review and again you can comment, approve, or request changes. So comment means this will send as a normal comment. If you approve with the comment, it will send as approve without changing. Also he can merge it, and if you think this is kind of a must, you can't approve without this change, then you can request changes. You can request changes and you can add a comment. This is optional, and then you can submit the review. Now since I request changes, here it shows like Vimukti has request changes. If I come back to the QVBro account, so the QVBro, the owner, now he will also see that he received a request from the other person, and now I can't merge yet because I need to resolve this request. So I can go to the files here if need, and okay, I can see capitalize the first letter. Okay, I can update this file, and also I see the resolve option. If you can remember, under settings I marked if there are any unresolved conversations, again I can't merge, right? Okay, so okay, I will go to the branch feature 1. Then the feature 1 was the new file, and I will edit this to capitalize. Okay, so yeah, I will edit this to capitalize, and I will commit. Commit message, capitalize the first letter, commit directly to the feature branch, commit changes. Okay, now if I go back to the pull request, my pull request, now you can see here it says okay, QVBro self-assign this, okay, requested review from Vimukti, and then mark this pull request as ready for review. Okay, after that request to a changer. Okay, so here you can see the history. So this was the place where we requested changes, the reviewer requested changes with this particular comment. After that, now I have a new commit push with the fix. So now you can see here it shows as the outdated because the file has been updated. In that case, here it will show as outdated. And also here one change requested is still showing. Now what you need to do is like you need to re-review, re-request a re-review. So here you can see the option for re-requesting the review. Okay, now again I need to wait till the particular person resolve, re-review and approve it. But keep in mind that still I haven't resolved this particular conversation because I wanted to show that how it works. Okay, now I come back to the reviewer account. So here you can see again it shows as awaiting requested review. Okay, now I can see there is a new commit, capitalize the first letter. I will go and see. Okay, I can see the change here. It is highlighted and shows okay, the first letter is capitalized. So that means like I'm good, my request is done. So in that case I will go again for add review, and review changes, and this time I will approve this. Okay, I will add okay, looks good to me. I add a comment. If you want, like, you can, okay, LGTM. This is a kind of a shorthand used for the looks good to me. Most of the time we use this. And okay, I put as approve and I will submit this review. Now I have approved it. But still, from this user, I can't merge this because still there are some some red color items, which means unresolved conversations are there because this particular conversation was not resolved. Now this either I can resolve, the reviewer can resolve, or I can wait for this person to resolve it and merge. So that's it. Okay, then maybe I can add a comment here. Issue is the comment is fixed. Comment is fixed. I added a comment like this and I will comment it, and I need to resolve this conversation here. Okay, I resolved it. Now you can see okay, resolved ones are like showing like this. I can expand it and see, and I can hide the comment resolved, and here it will show the green color icon. That means it's approved. And now you can see okay, now we got one approval. All the conversations are resolved. Okay, the re-requests are done, no change requested, so all things are passed. So in that case, all shows as green. Now you can see the merge pull request option. Okay, so one approval, all conversations resolved. Likewise, you can see this information. I hope that's clear. So this is like how you can work with pull requests. And here also now you can merge the pull request, or else you can see the green icon here. There are multiple options. You can create a merge commit. That means all commits from this branch will be added to the base branch via a merge commit. So that means here, if you go and see my commits from this particular pull request, there are 3 commits coming. Merge pull request, create new file, capitalize the first letter. So those are the commits within this pull request. How you want to show those things? If you use this option, create a merge commit. That means when you merge in, it will ask you to add a new commit. So yeah, first I will go with this option, create a merge commit. Okay, I select that particular option and I will click on the merge pull request. And now you can see here, okay, here it has the title. This is the commit message. If you need, you can keep as merge pull request. This is the pull request number, pull request 4 from this particular branch. So this is the default pattern of default GitHub pattern for the merge commits. If you need, you can update that. I will keep the same and I can confirm merge. Okay, now this means I'm merging. Okay, now you can see here it changed to merged. The color changed to the purple, and also you will see the delete branch option. So that means like once you complete work with your branch, it's always like better to delete those unwanted branches, because one day later there will be so many branches, and also it might cause some confusion because the others also don't know like why this branch is there, whether it is still a work in progress branch or outdated branch, likewise. So in that case, now this branch is no more useful for me. So in that case, it's better to delete this branch. Or else, like now I have merged this. If you need, you can revert it as well, and you can recreate a new pull request for the revert. That option is also there. So that means like by mistake, if I merge this pull request, I can revert it simply from here. So it will create a new PR with the revert to revert the last commits, the commits from this PR, and then it will take back your main branch to previously where it was. If you need, you can do that also, and also the option for delete branch. So I will delete the branch, and after deleting, you can see it has the option to restore the branch again from the PR itself. Okay, now let's go to code, and if you go to the branches, you can see the feature 1 is no more because it was deleted. Okay, now the main branch, I will go to the commits. So this is where it was previously, and today on 24th of July, you can see multiple commits are there. Create new file, capitalize the first letter, and this is the commit message for the PR merging. So this is that option. So in that case, if you select the particular option to have a merge commit, this will always create a new commit and it will generate a new hash and it will merge this as a new commit. So yeah, this will be useful for the reporting purposes or clarity purposes as well, because now when someone come to here, okay, now everybody knows, okay, here pull request was merged. Otherwise it will not be visible, right? How these changes came. Now I know all these changes came from this particular PR. You can go and see the PR here. Now you can see it's merged and all the information are also there, all the review comments and everything. So that's why it is important. Okay, so that is one option. Okay, then you can go and see the other options as well. Okay, let's say I have another branch called feature 2. That particular branch has 3 commits. Okay, these are the changes. I added 3 files and all 3 files have same kind of text. And now there is another scenario, like now I created all 3 these branches, feature 1, feature 2, feature 3 from the main branch when the main branch had no new change. But now after creating the feature 2 and the feature 3 branches, I merged the feature 1 branch. Now main branch is bit ahead. Those changes are not there in the feature 2 and the feature 3. So if you come to the feature 2 branch, you see 3 commits ahead. So okay, those are the 3 files I have newly committed from this particular branch, but 4 commits behind. So these are the commits now main branch has after the merge of the feature 1 branch. So in that case, now this my new branch is behind because this doesn't have those new changes which came from the feature 1. Now I need to rebase this branch. Rebase it means I need to rebase this with my original branch or the master branch. From the parent branch, I need to take those new changes. I need to take a pull and rebase this. So yeah. Okay, so I will go back to the pull requests. Okay, now this time I will show it from creating here. Feature 2, I will compare and pull request. Okay, I will keep the same message and okay, this time. So this is right. If you can remember previously here, it had the pull request option, but for the feature 1 I changed it from here to draft pull request. So in that case, now by default it will show me the draft pull request option. Now I will go to the create pull request and I will click that. So now this directly ready for review pull request, and okay, I will add the reviewer and I will assign this to myself. I will not add labels or anything this time. Okay. Okay, and then I will go back to the pull requests. The feature 2, I will approve this. Okay, review changes. I will directly approve, submit. Okay, now you come here, you can see, okay, this branch has no conflicts with the base branch. What a conflict means, okay, let's say your both feature 1 and feature 2 branches had the same file updated. But in my scenario, like here, I added new files, so in that case there are no conflicts. But okay, feature 1 branch added the new file, and if I update the same file from here, and now the feature 1 changes are in the main branch, and then main branch and both my feature 1, feature 2 branch have the same file changed. So that means it's a conflict. So I need to, before merging, I need to say like what changes coming from the main and what changes from my branch, and I need to work on resolving that. So that is it. Okay, then okay, all the changes are done, but if you can remember, actually my branch is behind, right? So I need to rebase that asset. That you know how to do. You can go to the main branch, take a pull request from there, then come back to your feature 2 branch, and then you can merge it likewise. Okay, so here previously I will show you how to create a merge commit. This one I show you how to rebase and merge. The 3 commits from this branch will be rebased and added to the base branch. So I will select here the rebase and merge option, and I will click on the rebase and merge and confirm rebase and merge. And as usually, I will delete the branch. And if I come back to the code, now you will not see the feature 2 here. And if you go to the commits, okay, I can see this merge pull request for, this was the last one, if you can remember, the pull request from the feature 1 branch. So after that, these 3 commits mean the changes coming from my feature 2 branch. Now you can see I didn't create that PR, the merge commit. So in that case, there is no new one, only the 3 commits. Create second file, create third file, create fourth file. So those are the 3 commits which I had on that PR. That's it. It will not create a new commit. So now in this case, like, it is bit confused, right? Because here it was very clear, okay, there was a merge pull request, the pull request also linked, and now I know these were changes coming from this pull request. Or else if you can go inside the pull request and see what were the changes there, whether it was had any comments or anything, all the things you can see. But in this case, now I have no idea like whether these the merged separately or whether those 3 merged directly. I have no idea about this because there is no a new commit message wasn't created. So that is this particular option, the second option. Then I will go and show you the third option. Okay, I have another branch called the feature 3 that also have a new file created with some text. I will create the pull request and create pull request. And I will add a reviewer. I will come back here from the reviewer. I need to approve it. I will go to add review, approve. Okay. Now I can merge. Now the other option. Okay. So here it's question merge. I think I need some other commits as well to show this very clearly. I will move to the feature 3 branch and I will go to the file and I will go to the edit mode and I will see some new change. I will commit it from the same branch. Okay, I will add again. I will commit the same thing from the same branch. Okay, now I hope it's clear. Now I have 3 separate commits, right? I will go to the pull request and I will go to the file. And now you can see the other option as well. So the reviewer approved, but after the approval, I made a commit. Due to that commit, the review was dismissed. So this was that particular setting, if you can remember. If you go to settings, branches, and if you view this, okay, within edit, here, there was this tail. Here, dismiss is tail pull request approvals. So that is what it was. So since like I made some commit pushes after the review, the previous review was dismissed. So in that case, I can't merge. You can see the tick was removed and I went to re-request. Okay, now I re-requested. Now I can re-approve it if I think if all things are good. Okay, now the merge option is enabled. Now this time I will go with this is question merge. Now keep in mind, okay, I will show that. Okay, inside commit here I had 14 commits and the main branch last commit was create 4th file, right? Remember that. And then I will come here, I will select this question merge option and I will confirm it and I will delete the branch. Okay, now if I come back to the main branch and if I refresh it, so this PR contains 3 commits. That means previously in the main we had 14. 14 plus 3 means 17. But here if you see, it's 15. 14 plus 1. Why it was? Because the last one was the create 4th file from the feature 2. Though we had 3 separate commits here, create 5th file, update 5th file, update 5th file. Here it took only the, here it not only took, it actually took all 3 commits. Here if you go to the commit message, so commit changes, now you can see create 5th update, 5th update, 5th, and all these 3 changes from 3 commits are there. But here it will show it as only 1 commit. It's like it merged all 3 commits and pushed as 1 commit here. This will be useful like if you want to keep this very simple, like to not to have multiple commit messages to the clarity purposes. Yeah, you can go with this. If you click here, then you will see like what are all the commits which came with this particular merge, and also you can see the PR link also. So yeah, that's it. So those are like the different options you have when merging the pull request. Either you can merge it with the merge commit, or else you can merge without merge commits, or else you can merge all the commits as one. So those are the 3 options. Okay, I hope yeah. So now if you come to pull request, you can see 0 open, and if you want to see this old merged PRs, here is the option. You can click there and you will see all the merged PRs will be visible under the closed. And here you can see the filtering options. You can filter from the author, you can filter by the label, you can filter by the project, milestone, filter by the reviews, assignee, and also you can sort it based on the oldest, most commented. Likewise, different sorting options are also there. Sorting or filtering can be done there. Okay, I think yeah. So that was about the pull requests and the branch protection rules. I think I show you all the branch protection rules which we created. Let's go. Yeah, require pull request you saw, require approvals you saw, stale pull request dismissal that you saw, and the approval after a push. Yeah, and the status checks and the branches. Yeah, I think yeah. I hope now you are very clear about the branch protection rules and what pull requests are. So I think yeah, we can stop from here for today, and next week I will discuss more about some the other available features and other available settings related to that particular feature. Maybe yeah, we can start on the projects. Maybe yeah, let's work on the projects tab. So this will be useful to maintain or manage your project. So next week we can work on GitHub projects. So stay tuned till next week. We can work on GitHub projects. Thanks for watching, and if you know how to contact me if you have any questions, kvbro.pro@gmail.com, or you can drop a comment here. I am happy to help you with all your queries. So see you and happy testing till